humans of Earth. Oh, what a planet we chose to incarnate on, huh? How you doing? Welcome to another exciting episode of Guys We...
It's the Anti-Slut-Shaming Podcast. I'm Corinne Fisher.
I'm Krystyna Hutchinson.
Welcome to the show. If you want to send us an email at sorryaboutlastnight at show@gmail.com.
Okay, today's subject line. My boyfriend's dad is a creep? What? Is he hot? No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Corinne and Krystyna. Longtime fucker here since 2017. Thank you. I've been listening to the pod since I was 18, and you two have given me so much wisdom and laughs over the years. I'll keep my praises brief so we can get into the real shit. My boyfriend, let's call him Adrian, and I have been together for a little over 6 months now. And it's been the healthiest, most rewarding relationship I've ever been in. Oh, man. He's 28, I'm 26, and we truly care so deeply for one another.
It's been 6 months.
Yeah, but that's nice.
It is. No, it's not. I'm saying it's nice, but I'm like, you just don't really fully know a person in 6 months.
Yeah, hopefully it's still this way in a year. If his dad doesn't get involved. I've been amazed that I somehow found someone who's independent like me, but can love me and respect me in the ways I've always wanted and needed to be. The other night we were playing We're Not Really Strangers. Love that card game. I think that's, is that Esther Perel? It's a card game with prompts. The conversational card game, and the card prompt prompted him to reveal a time that had caused him pain. Oh no. He paused and revealed to me that several years ago, there was an incident with his dad that caused a lot of pain for himself and his family.
What kind of a game is this?
It's just basically terrible. Conversation prompts to get to know people deeper. Oh, so it's really good, actually. I have this deck.
So it's not really a game.
No, okay. It's just we don't really know how to talk to each other, so let's use these card prompts.
Okay. I was like, this is a terrible way to spend a Friday night.
This is my ideal Friday night.
Oh my God.
Let's dig into your psyche. He kept the details vague, but said his dad was accused of something horrible. Many people, including his neighbors, were extremely rude to his parents.
Well,
how bad was it? And that he hated seeing his dad so upset by something that he caused. I could tell it was difficult for Adrian to share this with me, so I didn't push for details, but some kind of awareness popped up in my head. Not necessarily alarm bells, but an awareness. His dad is a prominent neuroscientist in the area and still practicing. So it made me wonder if the accusation was something surrounding malpractice. I've spent time with Adrian's dad and family a few times, and from the first time I met his dad, I thought he was really remarkable, kind person. He was easy to talk to, made efforts to understand you on a deeper level, and provided levity and humor to the occasional awkward Jewish family interactions. 2 days later, I leaned into that awareness and Googled Adrian's dad's name. What came up at the bottom of the Google search was an article that completely shocked me. I'll attach it here. Please don't read the headline out loud. I feel a bit paranoid, but here are the main points. In 2015, his father was found not guilty of public indecency and sexual exploitation of a child. Okay, not guilty is good. He was accused by 2 teen boys of masturbating in front of a hotel room window where he had looked at them and was aware of their presence. He ended up being cleared of those charges, but the article also revealed this was his 3rd arrest on similar charges since 2002. Okay. Oy vey, huh? Am I right? In that year, he was charged with public indecency, pleaded guilty, and in 2007, he pleaded guilty to masturbating in front of a teen girls at a park.
Oh, it's the Louis C.K.
But a little worse. I've been in complete shock since reading the article and honestly don't know how to wrap my head around this. I know I need to have a conversation with Adrian to tell him I know about this article, but I still can't quite form the words or questions. From the time I've met Adrian, I know he greatly respects his dad, but this must have caused some kind of inner turmoil for him. Does he even know about the earlier incidents? I mean, I'm sure he does. It's on Google. Has he, his father, or anyone in that family been in therapy for this? I think of Adrian's older sisters, who both have children under the age of 8. I worry and fear that Adrian believes his dad is innocent despite the prior incidents and charges that they say otherwise. I know he and his sisters are essentially secondary victims to his dad's actions, but I also think about what it means for me as a woman if I'm with someone who absolves another's horrible actions. I love him so much, and it pains me to consider both that he had to deal with this fucked up situation and what this could mean for our relationship. I feel like I'm still fumbling for words, so I hope this all makes sense. I admire you both greatly and really value your opinion, so please tell me how to handle the situation with grace. Thank you, a loyal fucker. So your boyfriend, best relationship you've ever had, you finally realized his dad was diddling himself in front of kids. What's a gal to do, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm going to say. It's been 6 months. You don't need to be a part of this family. This is fucking wild. This is just so much to sign.
But it's like the best.
It's 6 months, Krystyna.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
6 months is a minimal investment.
Totally.
To me, it's 6 months is it's letting you know that really something really good out there exists for you.
That's a good way to think about it.
You are not going to convince a guy to not like his dad anymore. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, but my friends...
It's not going to happen.
I'm just thinking of my friends trying to convince me, like, maybe you should not talk to your parents. And I'm like, what? Are you the devil? So...
This is messy.
And I feel really bad for Adrian and his siblings because it's got to be a weird situation when your parent's the one doing these evil acts.
Yeah.
And if you met him and he's a great guy and he's charismatic, that's probably how he reeled the kids in. Then... yeah, I guess you don't want that smoke.
Do you want to marry into this family?
No.
Do you want to marry into this family?
Yeah, probably not.
You want to have a father-in-law who you Google and it has 3 crimes of master.
And those are the ones that got reported.
Like, I mean, if you were already married, this is, I don't know, watch the Anthony Weiner doc and see what his wife went through.
Yeah, that's
and
tough.
then get back to me.
That's tough, right? Because what if the dad did something to the kids?
Yeah.
And then
and let me tell you, I've met Anthony Weiner. He is great, charismatic,
it sucks.
really a lot of good ideas. But then you Google and you go, okay, well, I can't. I don't know what to say about any of this.
Yeah, and I think drawing the line at trying to diddle yourself in front of kids or doing something to minors, that's not good.
Yeah, it would be a different situation if your boyfriend was like, I am so ashamed, or I feel so much pain for the people who my dad did this to. But like he
loves his dad.
And I'm not saying that he shouldn't love his dad, but it seems like he's not even at the point yet where he's acknowledging that his dad did anything wrong. This is a mountain that will take decades to climb. Is he that amazing?
Wow, this should be an ad for the game We're Not Really Strangers card deck.
Yeah, that you want to climb a mountain.
You want to find out if your boyfriend's dad diddled somebody? We're Not Strangers card deck.
Yeah, whatever that card deck cost you. Wow, write a thank you note, because that could have been all your life savings if you didn't have a prenup.
If it took a deck of prompt cards for him to admit that to you 6 months in, I wonder if you're the first person that's not his family that he's told.
Yeah. Again, and I know because you guys are 26 and 28, that 6 months feels like a big amount of time. 2 years minimum you're going to put into something before you would know if someone is like worthwhile at that age. When you get into your 30s, I think you can do 1 year because you just know a little bit better. 26, I mean, I could have been dating a really bad person. I was going to say a terrorist, but I was like, I could have been dating Hitler for 6 months and been like, oh my God, he's so good at art.
Yeah, he loves animals. Really well. He's charismatic.
Listen. Do what you want to do ultimately, but I'm telling you now, this is a huge mountain to climb. And if you think love is enough to climb the mountain of the dad being accused 3 times of masturbating in front of teens, then that's the most 26-year-old thing I've ever heard. With all due respect, and I've been there.
And let me add to this, just to make you feel a little better. I am 37, and if I were in your position and I was 6 months into a relationship where I've never felt so respected and loved, and I found this out, I don't know that I would leave. So I get it. But it's probably the best. Corinne's idea is probably the best one.
I mean,
as always.
Again, I mean, not just like, I don't think I'm saying just ghost him, have a conversation, but I mean, like, you did your own research. I mean, we didn't even look at the article headline. Well, I got to see what this says here.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh no! That's not good. That's not good. Wait, hold on. Let me refresh it. Fucking ads.
Okay.
Fuck off. Okay, hold on.
Okay, there's a word. There's a word in this headline that is letting the reader know. And please, this is I
get why you didn't want us to say that line.
This is there is a word in this headline that says, yes, he was cleared of the charges, but the judge didn't want to do it.
Yeah, it's very clear in this headline. The judge.
It's in the headline.
I'm betting you the judge was probably like, fucking gonna lose my license for this one.
Yeah. So again, if it would be a different story if your boyfriend was like, I can't believe my dad betrayed the family like this. But your boyfriend's point of view right now, and I don't even blame him. It's really hard to, if you admire your parents, to change your point of view on them, even if they're doing something wrong. That's really hard. But that's not your journey.
No.
To take, Missy.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay, that's not good.
Yeah. So like, if he was like, oh man, he betrayed the family, I don't know what to do. But your dad's like, oh, the neighbors have been really rude to my dad, the jack-off king. That's your boyfriend's perspective right now. You think that your 6-month love is going to be able to heal that so that you can have a functional relationship and possibly marry into this jerk-off family.
You know, critical thinking they definitely should teach in schools, but they should also teach the fact that love isn't enough. They really should teach that, because that's tough, man. Because when the love's there, you really think it's enough. You really, and you might blow up your whole life because you're like, well, love's there, so clearly I don't go.
And also,
but you should.
Love is very like loosey-goosey terminology. What does that mean? I love Twizzlers.
I love birds.
Am I going to throw my whole life away?
I love
for
Severance.
a pack of, you know, like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Again, you're going to do what you're going to do, and I know that, but you wrote this letter for a reason.
Yeah, you always do.
And I'm going to leave it at that.
And I'll defer to Corinne on that. I think that's a wise choice.
There's just, you know, I'm just trying to save you time.
Yeah. I
Really?
mean, look, yeah, if he was already in therapy, if he told you not because a card game asked him to, or really lightly suggested it.
Yeah, yep.
If he already came to the table with like, and I think 6 months into a relationship is a fair amount of time to come to the table with something big like that. Right? Because you're like, I don't know if this guy's a fuck buddy or what. But yeah, I do agree with Corinne.
Well, also, if you don't,
my heart doesn't, but my head does.
If you don't want to get married, this is different. But it seems like from the way you're writing, you're someone who possibly wants to get married. And so when you think of that, like, so you want to enter a business deal with a family who has this. I wouldn't want this person related to me by blood or paper.
I don't want them at the wedding. I don't want them at my kid's christening, if that's what you do.
Correct.
I don't want them at the 15th birthday party, because that seems to be his favorite age.
I don't want them near I don't want them near my kids.
I don't want them dropping the kids off at school. I mean, he shouldn't be near a school. So he should lose his license.
If you're thinking of, you know, your relationship with this 28-year-old long term, you should also then be thinking about the family, because the family comes with it. That's the part that we always forget.
Yeah.
So
even if you don't talk to the family, they're going to be there sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
And again, your boyfriend is obsessed with his dad.
That's pretty bad.
That's not going to go away.
Yes,
we always think, we're going to be like, if you meet someone and they really, really like their parents, like they're never going to like you more than their parents. I'm just telling you that now. I'm just trying to save you a lot of time.
Corinne School for Life Preparedness. And just these very brief lessons. And just don't ask questions, because it's true. So just next.
I mean, like, you know,
that's why you got to run for mayor.
You've dated someone who has like been obsessed with their mom, I'm sure, like a mama's boy, or maybe not. Maybe you're the mama's boy. But like,
yeah, I'm the mama's boy.
So like, you know, it's really, really, really impossible.
Yeah.
To get past that.
Yeah, I've been the person obsessed with my parents, but you know, then you don't talk to them and it changes. But yeah, I get it. I've never dated a mama's boy ever, but I can totally understand being very turned off by that. Okay, thanks for writing. Let us know what happens. I would love an update.
Ask your boyfriend a fun question for this next card game that you play together.
Insert a fake card into the game.
Say this is a fun question that I've asked guys in the past. Our house is on fire, and you're in this situation. Your dad's inside and I'm inside. You can only save one person. Who are you saving? It's not going to be you. Just so you know.
Me and your dad are both doing individual activities unique to our interests.
Yeah.
Which one are you saving?
Yeah, I once asked the guy I was seeing that question. Did not like the answer.
You know what you should ask 6 months in a relationship? Is there anything I should know? Is there anything I should know? Because if there's something I should know, 6 months in's a great time. 6 months in's a great time. Yeah. You got any skeletons? Tell me now.
If we were to get married today, is there something that you should tell me before we sign that paperwork?
Yeah. Would you be nervous walking down the aisle going, I didn't tell her that?
Also, just Google the family's name.
I never Google anybody.
It's great.
I got to start doing that.
Yeah.
I got to start doing that. Okay, everybody. Are you in Baltimore, Maryland, April 10th, 11th, or 12th? Well, you're in luck. I, Krystyna Hutchinson, am headlining the Port Comedy Club. I'll be doing an hour of stand-up comedy Thursday through Saturday, April 10th through the 12th. And then Naples, Florida, I'm doing a one-nighter, and April 24th. Off the Hook Comedy Club, I will be headlining. So please buy your tickets now. The link, it can be found in my bio at Krystyna Hutch on Instagram. And as always, I have a Patreon where once a week I hold a Zoom for about an hour and we go around and talk about stuff. And we have been getting real deep. And it's truly a safe space where you can talk about whatever you want. And I really like it. And I hope you join us. Patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson.
And if you want to learn more about politics, and it's politicking right now, join me every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time for Without a Country. We live stream on YouTube. You can call in the show and we discuss live the topics that we're going over. And then, of course, it's all available everywhere you listen to podcasts. We do go over a lot of critical thinking if that's something you struggle with. And it's a great way to learn how to take in right-wing material, left-wing material, centrist material, and then kind of decide for yourself where the truth in a story is. I think it's a really important skill to develop in these times. So join me. Without a Country podcast.
Yeah. How you doing?
Oh, great. Just really great.
Sounds it. Calm down.
Just my jaw.
Too joyful.
My jaw has hurt for a month and a half. So this is fun.
From grinding?
Not grinding, but just clenching.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell kind of genetic makeup you have to still be able to think clearly with little sleep as you have been getting.
Well, it's
really
just,
impressive.
I was
really
trying,
material.
I was trying to I wanted to explain in Guys We Fuck terms what it's like to run for mayor, and I would say it's like if every day you got asked out by your crush, but also dumped by the love of your life.
Oh my God!
But it was happening every day, multiple times, right? So not just like every couple days.
Sounds terrible.
It's like every day. Because you'll get some good news and then you'll be so hyped and then you'll get some really bad news and then it'll ruin the next several days and then you won't be able to sleep and then you're like, oh, fuck, what am I doing here? And then you'll question all your life choices and then you'll be like, does love even really exist?
It does.
And then you'll be like, maybe I should never be in a relationship again. No. Maybe I should. Then you're like, maybe I should just open a flower shop in the middle of the woods. And then you're like, that was actually part of the plot of It Ends With Us. You want to end up like Blake Lively? Probably not.
She's
but actually
rich.
the movie was really good. And because of all the drama, I ended up not watching it until a couple days ago. And then I was like, why didn't I watch this sooner? And then they're both like really hot and really good actors in the movie.
Yeah, they're both really hot.
And I really like the story.
Are they nude at all?
No, you see body, you don't see like nip though.
Darn it.
I mean, Justin Baldoni's body is fire.
I before this whole debacle, I was trying to make this joke work on stage years ago when a guy that you think is so hot gets Me Too'd and you're like, I don't know, what'd he do? Right? Like, what did he do? Like, that's the only time where I'm like, maybe not with women. As a joke, it's not true. That I have Sam, that football player guy I talked about last week, that's hands down the hottest guy I've ever seen in my life. But until I saw Sam's face, that fucking erotic novel come to life of a man, Justin Baldoni, he was the hottest person I've ever laid eyes upon. And then
I didn't know that he was that. I just knew him as the guy from the Feminist podcast. I didn't even know he was an actor.
Yeah, he was, because he was in the Gina, the ABC sitcom. I forget which one. But
that's why I didn't know.
He was
I don't
so
like
hot.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, he's a good actor. And I want to say he directed the film. I thought it was really well directed.
Yeah.
I thought all around I really enjoyed it. And I also thought it's unfortunate because I thought it was a really good piece about domestic violence and domestic abuse that is needed. We don't have enough stories that tell that. I mean, obviously, I think in the real world, the person, Blake's character would have stayed longer. But I mean, for a movie, they go through X amount of,
all the phases,
altercations, and then they finally, come to some kind of a resolution. I just thought it was really good.
I have to watch it.
Yeah. And Jenny Slate plays Justin Baldoni's sister, and I think I really love her character, and I love the way that they had her react to the abuse. I think it's I really liked it. So it's unfortunate that it has been overshadowed by all this nonsense.
Yeah, I hope as a culture, this is kind of veering off a little bit, but I'm thinking of the story like. There's so many people, like the way Justin Baldoni was just vehemently defending himself, like the way like guilty people defend themselves. It just really gaslighty. If you think of a line to put them in their place to melt that, I've been experiencing that on so many levels, just on the news, just with the government saying we're not doing this while they're doing the thing, with parents. Fucking, oh my God, the hypocrisy.
But I also like, how does someone who's innocent defend themselves? Because I think we
blame it on the other person. The pattern I've been experiencing is
that's how a guilty person does it. I was saying, how does an innocent person do it? Like, so like, cause I'm like, how do we know? Like, we all have, this reminds me a lot of people's reaction to a grieving person, right? Everyone has their idea of how they would act if their husband died, and I see it happen on social media all the time. And they're like, oh, you don't even care that your husband died. This is how you're acting. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Everyone grieves differently. So I just like, sometimes I don't know. I'm like, how do we know if someone is guilty or innocent? I mean, sometimes they give it away that they're guilty for 100%.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I'm like, and additionally, in my experience, the general public's read on others is very bad. The general public is very, very easily tricked by scammers, schemesters, inauthentic people, and a lot of times are angered by authentic people. So I go,
that's true.
Maybe I should just be fake now.
Don't, please. You're the only one.
Because
you're the only one that's
because people's read is so like the amount of times that I've been sitting and watching the public react to someone who is so full of shit and be like, oh my God, this person's so funny. I love this person. I mean, like Ellen, if you fell for Ellen.
I did fall for Ellen.
That's on you.
Yeah.
Stop.
I did.
Ellen with the fucking dancing and nonsense. Oh my God. And like, again, it pisses me off because she's a really talented stand-up comedian.
Yeah, she is. I want it's more than a sense of self to develop that muscle of being able to pick up when someone's full of shit. But like I'm thinking of a situation involving my friend who's had the really abusive, violent partner.
Right.
She had an instance where she had to be with a legal thing where she had to be on a Zoom. He was there, didn't realize he was going to be there. Ooh. He proceeded to say how he was the victim of domestic abuse.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the thing that I'm like, what can I say to you to make you, one, cut that shit out, but to two, really feel the shame of what you've done, like feel the actions of what you've done, because
that's not an approach that's going to work.
I know.
You have to be non-reactive to people like that. They want to get a reaction out of you. I say you just completely stoic. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry that you went through all that pain on my part.
That's a good, yeah.
You can't, because they want you to get reactive.
Sure.
I think you can't. I mean,
I'm such a sucker for that shit.
Yeah, it's the same as like trolls online. It's like they just don't react. Yeah. Most times, not reacting is going to hurt the person more. If you want to hurt anyone, I mean, like, no matter what it is, even if like your ex tries to get you back and they like fucked you over, just be non-reactive.
Yeah. Well, that's why they say the opposite of love is not hate; it's indifference. Mm-hmm. When you were dating and you break up and they act like you're not even there, that's hurt. That hurts. That hurts. But if they're like mad at you, like you ruined my life, you're like, oh my God, thank you.
Yeah. Or even worse, they're just like really nice to you.
Ooh, gross.
That's not good. You go, oh God, you don't miss me at all anymore.
Do you know who I miss?
Today's guest?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I miss him already. Guys, he's a stand-up comedian. His stand-up special, On the Map, is available on YouTube right now for free for your viewing pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show,
Giulio Gallerati.